welcome back to the channel. Food. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for videos like this.
Fresh kicks are one of the devil's tricks. Sounds silly, right? Maybe not. Before I really get into it, let's look at some symbolism, such as Champion, who's made shoes and apparel for a really long time. Big in the 90s and recently made a comeback. Well, who's the champion? Apparently the devil believes so, because the logo is a laughing devil. Here's a big one, Nike, which I believe the logo is more Saturn symbolism, and Nike is the Greek goddess of victory, aka a fallen angel. And Adidas, pretty close to more pyramid symbolism, but one thing is for sure, they're famous for the 3 stripes. Each shoe has 3 stripes on the outside and the inside. Perhaps 33 symbolism? After all, the Leaf logo has a 3 on one side and a 3 on the other. Is it a coincidence that the Reebok logo can be mirrored more ways than one to resemble a square and compass? I had to cut off the top and bottom, but you see it. The other Reebok logo, pyramid symbolism. Fila, pyramid symbolism. New Balance, coming in hot with some 33 symbolism. Vans, with the checkered symbolism. Interesting year as well. The list goes on. 1, the amount of money people are tricked into spending on it. 2, the countless false idols attached to these shoes. Which, by the way, there's a reason he always put the tongue out. If you know, you know. I digress. Next on the list is the trends people are tricked into following, such as red bottoms. Again, if you know, you know. And did you know there's another meaning to the word shoe, which is a second bad thing that happens or might happen after something bad has already happened? I wonder if that's more mockery, because most shoes are actually bad for you. There's an assortment of issues that can be caused simply by your shoes. Meanwhile, putting your feet on some grass or some soil offers a variety of mental and physical benefits. Big Pharma doesn't want you to know that most medications can be avoided through grounding and fasting. There's always truth hidden within words, such as we call this the heel and the soul. With each step, heel, soul. Does my opening statement still sound silly?
Are they using pedigree to make the chopped cheese?
Yes, half and half if it's possible. Okay. Why is that, let me zoom in on it. Move over, Mako. Why is that dog food over there? That's how y'all make the chopped cheese? With the dog food? Un dog food, mira. See it? Dog food. No. That's how you make chopped cheese? No. Oh, no. It's okay.
You see, where you talking
That's what you do, I know.
Somebody live it here, no
money. When you made the chopped cheese, you did that.
You see, now you talking.
The most evil demonic brands in America today, it's Crumbl cookie. There are more ingredients in that, I think, than a Coke. The serving size is just a small portion of that whole cookie, and I mean, that right there has more sugar than you should have in like a week. There's a ton of ingredients. I mean, gasoline is probably cleaner than a Crumbl cookie. The owner is making millions of dollars off this product and really poisoning the American people. He does this house tour on Instagram, and he's got like a whole health and wellness room and set up.
No No way.
in there. And I'm like, this is the most evil thing I've ever seen. You're working on your health and wellness while you are making money, basically the health of Americans. It's diabolical. It reminds me of the Sackler Purdue story. They create this product, Oxycontin. They know that it's starting what we now know is the opioid crisis.
Yeah.
Americans are dying. They're getting sick. Crime is rising. They know it's the pill. They do nothing because they're making so much money. And I feel like we're going to have the same similar story with Crumbl.
That's scary.
Impressive, eh?
No, you've got no chance.
Right. Right. That's why we say you gotta be so careful around these pontoons. That's why.
It takes balls of steel just to walk on that dock.
On this wall, this is limestone. This is calcite crystal. So this entire section of the wall, this part here, and this part here is all huge single slab of limestone. I mean, calcite crystal.
Calcite.
Yeah, alabaster.
Yeah. Wow.
You see the
and
difference
then the
between
difference there.
the limestone and the calcite crystal.
Wow.
Mafish Noah is going to show us. What about your flashlight? This one's better. Yes, I know.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So he's going to show you.
Okay?
Yeah.
No statue, okay?
Yeah.
I know, okay? I see.
Okay, you see the figure? Whoa. You see the belly button and then the arms?
Yeah.
What about cooking in cast iron? Is that good or bad?
Cast iron has been around since 1893, which I think is really interesting. Same year as the World's Fair. At the World's Fair, they introduced Coca-Cola, which you know what was in Coca-Cola. They also introduced Hershey's chocolate, so another form of poison. They also introduced Tiffany's, the jewelry company. You can see what was happening was people were kind of already starting to be programmed. Cast iron, in my opinion, is another form of program. You've moved from one, now you've moved to this. But remember, what does iron do like we talked about with the soil? There's lots of rust. There's lots of, heat that goes in it. So when you cook up the food in the cast iron, now you got all this rust. And here's a perfect example. Take a cast iron pan, pour a little water on it, any type of water, and let it sit. What do you get? You get rust. You see it right there. If you're heating your food in that, you also have that. And so when I was kind of switching, I thought, okay, I don't want to do Teflon. We do cast iron. Well, what happens when we gather all this iron in our body? Especially as a male, you can't detox any of this stuff. It doesn't really come out of you in the same sense as a female. Females go through their cycle every 30 days or every 28 days to the full moon. They go through their cycle, they detox the metals. Me and you, we just keep accumulating metals.
What's that? Oh, a research lab in Eastern Europe figured out exactly what happens to you the second you die, but then their entire research team disappeared? Tell me more. Yeah, this research team was working on a project called Project Denatus, and they figured out what happened the exact second that you die. And they were doing this by mapping consciousness and using AI integration to figure this all out. Oh, goody. So what they figured out the moment that people die is that a massive surge of gamma activity happens. And they figured out that this isn't a normal surge of gamma activity. It's way more than anyone would experience as they're alive. Okay. But they figured out this wasn't a random surge. This happened to every test subject that they did it on. And they figured out that this was some sort of structured code that was implemented. What? So they used this machine that turns brainwaves into pictures to see what this gamma wave was. And what they saw was voices, sounds, tunnels. They saw entire cities made of sound. Oh, exciting.
Most people have no soul. Gnosis and the Cassiopean transcripts both claim that 50% of the human population lack a soul and have no potential to develop one, as they do not possess the higher centers of consciousness required for spiritual growth. In The Stellar Man, John Baines argues that much of humanity operates without a true sense of individuality, acting more like programmed mindless extensions of a collective hive mind. The Corpus Hermeticum, a key Hermetic and Gnostic work, likewise claims that not all humans possess the divine spark that sets conscious beings apart from animals. Without it, a person lives by instinct alone, lacking inner depth or true self-awareness. Renowned clairvoyant Rudolf Steiner also spoke of rare cases where, due to what he called cosmic errors, a human body may be inhabited not by a genuine human soul, but by a lesser being or demon, normally not meant for incarnation. Diane Fortune, in Psychic Self-Defense, also corroborates this, interestingly stating stating that these soulless births are more likely to occur when the mother conceives under the influence of. Follow me for more hidden knowledge.
They're trying to trap me.
Is that guy like trapped in there? What are you doing?
I'm from Italy. Go make some courses.
Yeah.
And they're trying to trap me.
They're trying to trap you?
They made Corinne. I'm arriving. It's Corinne.
Get out of the parking lot. Yeah. Who's Corinne? That was literally Toucan. What is going on? I don't know what's going on here. How'd you get Toucan's number?
I'm part of this.
You're part of it?
No, I was, but now I'm not more because my card expired.
Lord.
Expired February 20.
So what does that card mean?
It's the introduction membership. Can we go a little far from here?
Yeah, hold on.
I don't feel that safe.
Look at L. Ron Hubbard. See how they cross the street just to go around me. Look at you. He just got off the bus. Look at him. Tell me this isn't a cult. Where's Danny Matt and where's Shelly? Has anyone seen Shelly? Not a single person has seen Shelly. Not a single person has seen Shelly.
Again?
Mind your business. Huh? Mind your business.
What is your problem
Mind
again?
your business.
I'm talking
You know
to
what
you.
my problem is? Scientologists and where's Shelly at? Where's Shelly?
What was that?
Where's Shelly at?
What was that?
Where's Shelly?
I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about. I truly
Look at the Sea Org weirdos. Look at the side. Get out of my way. Don't you get in my face. Don't you get in my face. You touch me, I have a right to defend myself, and I sure will. Look at all the Sea Org weirdos. Look at them.
All right.
Look at them. Look at all these cult members. What are your families? Every one of your families are embarrassed of you. Don't push them into me. I can walk down the street. You don't own this street.
Good idea. You cannot let the block
Mind your
sidewalk
business.
too,
Don't
right?
touch me again.
All
Don't
right.
touch me again.
All right.
Don't touch me again.
Why, are you going to
Get out
push
of
me
my
or
fucking
something?
face.
Are you
Get
gonna...
out.
I'm telling you, that's a dangerous cult.
Only in Baltimore. It's a fin. The raccoon is on the fin. Look, it's stuck. He's frozen, bruh. The dope fiend lean, bruh. He's on the fin.
Not the raccoon.
Bruh, this is my dog. Baltimore's off the hook.
BET is not even owned by black people. Mm-hmm. The Redstone family. They're Ashkenazi who own BET. And now look what's on BET. I mean, a lot of it's negative stereotypes and stuff like that. If black people own their own media, they wouldn't allow a lot of negative stereotypes even on there. Now, let's go back to American black culture back like 1950s, 1960s. They had very low divorce rates. They all dressed really nice. They were all polite and everything like that, you know, and with any culture. But everything started going downhill when they had somebody else take control over their media and started profiting off their own demise. Because I remember even hearing Kanye West talking about this, like 1990s. That's when all this like gangster stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And they had all these like self-demeaning music videos and everything like that. Missy Elliott and calling herself a bitch. They're all using the N-word and stuff like that. It's all like self-depreciation. But you have another group of people destroying somebody else's culture and making a ton of money in the process.
Right.
And that's not right.
And they're making them look bad.
BET and all that, they should own their own media. Everyone should own their own media. But when you don't own your own media, that's when others get to exploit you for their own profit and to your own demise, man.
And they control you, basically.
And they control you. They control which way you vote and everything through that, too.
Oiga, estamos acá en la Africana. Encontramos esta puerta de metal. Y nos pusimos a mirar para abajo. Y es una weá gigante para abajo. Y hay una linterna, weón. Y se escuchan como voces culiadas. Se escuchan como voces culiadas. Y weón, es gigante esta weá abajo. Y escuchamos una voz. Y ahí se ve una linterna, weón. No sabemos qué mierda hacer aquí, weón. Qué weá. Mira, ¿cómo canché su madre, weón? Mira. Qué chucha, weón.
These voices hit everybody. They don't just hit schizophrenics. You might be walking down the sidewalk and you get this horrible thought, spit on the guy in front of you or knock this guy out of the way, or you're standing on the bridge and you get a thought that, I wonder what it'd be like to jump over. They hit us all.
I'm glad you said that.
This voice you hear in your head, ask yourself, who's listening to that voice?
It would just be you, no?
That would be the real you. What you're hearing, that diatribe you hear running through your head, isn't you. You're the one who's listening to it. All this other stuff is coming in from other spiritual places, either negative places or positive places. It's like a radio. You're picking up a certain frequency of thought. Schizophrenics have a very low frequency. Very religious, spiritual people have a much higher frequency. Like you said, your mind is like a radio. It picks up the frequency you're tuned to.
What you're about to see is a schizophrenia simulator created by someone who has schizophrenia on what it feels like to have these hallucinations. Check it out.
Look at the water. Hear that? Oh, it's a bird. Oh, you see the bird? Look how close you are.
Now, obviously, this is just one individual's experience, but I'm curious for anyone else that has schizophrenia how much it lines up with your experience.
Those demons are real.
Something is going on in downtown LA. There's no hope. What is going on? It's going to be packed with homeless people. And it's not going to... Yeah, it needs to be packed full. Look, nothing, Buckets. Not one soul. What did they do with them, though? No. Where are they? Oh, there's one over there somewhere. No. Bending down. What is that over there? Oh, no, that's something else. No. Is that a person?
Blocking it. A lady leaving.
Oh. Wow, Bill, because I can't believe it.
This is waiting for the bus.
Look. Oh, people waiting for the bus. Wow, Bill, I cannot believe it. Look at that over there.
Yeah,
nothing.
Everything is clean.
This is crazy. I'm happy, but I'm worried for the homeless people. Where are they?
I'm like, well, why is that? Are they eating bad candy? What's going on here? He's like, no. They have these vans that come around and they tell the homeless they're going to take them to a shelter. They've got whole big meals set up for them and showers, and they can wash their clothes and all this. And a lot of them get in the vans and go. And then they tie them up and they hold them for the 31st. And then they sacrifice them on the evening of Halloween to the devil. And it's like a perfect crime because nobody's looking for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know a dying Hollywood executive revealed a hidden system that controls every major blockbuster film? In 2019, former studio head Marcus Weinstein made a shocking deathbed confession to his nurse. He claimed that any film expected to gross over $100 million must include specific symbols placed at exact timestamps. A secret database maintained by an unnamed organization reviews every major script before production begins. Directors receive coded instructions about where to insert these symbols hidden in plain sight throughout their movies. The penalty for non-compliance? Immediate funding withdrawal and distribution blacklisting. Weinstein described how 3 executives tried to expose this system in the early 2000s. Within 6 months, all 3 found their careers mysteriously destroyed by sudden scandals. He mentioned seeing the same symbols across dozens of films, always appearing at the 17-minute mark or during climactic scenes. The organization allegedly tracks audience reactions to measure the symbol's effectiveness. According to Weinstein, this has been standard practice since the late 1980s. Every blockbuster you've ever loved may contain hidden messages you never noticed. The entertainment industry's biggest secret hiding in plain sight.
What if the real enemy of humanity isn't devil, but an ancient intelligence that hijacks systems, not souls? Let me show you the figure nobody talks about deeply enough, Ahriman. In ancient Zoroastrian cosmology, Ahriman or Angra Mainyu isn't just a villain. He's the principle of untruth. He doesn't tempt you with chaos, He builds systems so sterile and orderly they suffocate spirit. He's not fire and madness, he's cold logic, automation, artificial control. The perfect bureaucracy, the dead machine. Esoteric thinkers like Rudolf Steiner believed Ahriman was real and preparing to incarnate, not as a beast, but as a rational genius, a man of science, tech, and order, who offers humanity efficiency at the cost of inner life. But Ahriman doesn't erase your soul, he makes you forget you had one. Every time you nudge to distrust intuition, to obey the algorithm and to replace real connection with digital dopamine. That's his influence. Not flashy, but invasive and systematic, almost invisible. This isn't about religion, it's about metaphysical infiltration. What if the reason everything feels numb, repetitive, and synthetic? It's because we're being trained to prefer what Ahriman would build. Well, predictable, productive, and empty. He doesn't come with horns, he comes with upgrades, and we download him willingly.
Aufholen.
Ja.
Das sieht auch nicht schlecht aus,
Gut,
der macht
ja.
richtig gut sogar.
Aber kerzengerade wie beim Aldi. Oder? Ja, super.
Man merkt,
das ist ein richtiger Mann.
Ja, bleibt also bei dieser Führung.
Ein Vorsprung. Noch 2 Versuche. Der sollte gut sitzen jetzt.
Richtig,
Ja,
also jetzt
ja,
hier.
aber vielleicht.
Kommt er noch? Nein. So. Hat also selbst in der Hand jetzt hier. Wieder die Führung, auch in der Show zu übernehmen.
Yes,
100.000 Euro. Ja. Wichtig. So, wir kommen ja langsam in die Entscheidung.
She's been shopping her whole life.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get in the house. Come on. Get away from there. Get away from there. Don't ever go to a van like that. Okay. What are you doing? No, you're not kidnapping my son. What are you doing?
I know better because we saw with our own eyes what they do. We saw what they do. I mean, I went, the last Hollywood party I went to, I won't mention the person's name, but everyone was there. It was A+, whatever the hell, you know, all the movie stars. And in comes a big movie star, and with him, his date, who was a 12-year-old boy. Okay, everybody was in their corners going, and I went, Lord, help me find my keys and get to my car. I had been drinking, like always. But I go, Lord, help me get my keys and get to my car and get the holy hell out of here and make it home safely. Please, Lord. And I ran for my life. And that was the last time, Benny. So, yeah, I know what they do. And I know they do even worse. And I moved to Hawaii. Couldn't be there 1 second longer than I had to. And then to think that I came back from Hawaii to go there again because I saw how bad they were trying to separate people. And, the only reason they separate us and say, oh, that's the Republicans, that's the Democrats. The only reason they do that, Benny, is for fundraising because we're their prey. They definitely don't represent any of us or do nothing for us. They just use us for fundraising bait. But I came back to Hollywood to try to fight the separation they were trying to, because divide and conquer. And the second time back, it had gotten even worse. Oh, my God. But it's all devil worshipers. I'm telling you, I always say, baby blood drinking Democrat donors. That's it, period.
Just a final question on this topic, since, of course, it is your expertise. What do you think would happen if there was an honest prosecution of people at Diddy parties, people on the Epstein list? Do you think that anybody would be left standing in Hollywood? Is it that endemic?
I think it goes to the royals of the world, the kings and queens. That's how they get there. Come on, it isn't just Hollywood. It's everything. It's the devil's world. And it's up to us to wrestle it back and fix it and kick their ass out. They got to go. they got to go. And, you know, I think God's removing them. I think God's removing them a boatload at a time. And how he's showing us he's removing them is when they get on the TV or what have you, they implode themselves with their friggin' lies. Their bullshit hit the wall. And they implode right before our eyes with their, you know, for me, it's like when they start cursing out the Jews. That's the devil. To me, I'm a Jew. But when you go after God and the Bible and the people who study every word in the Bible, I'm not talking about, you know, lefties and commie Jewish people. I call Ginos, Jews in name only. But I mean us that be.
This is part 2 of the ancient hospitals in Cambodia. And here's a mind-blowing fact. There are over 3,000 ancient temples scattered across Cambodia. But even more shocking, between 1969 and 1973, the U.S. dropped between 500,000 and 2 million tons of bombs over this region, right where many of these sacred sites still stand. Here you can see in red over 100,000 sites bombed. In part 1, I showed you how Pre-Kan wasn't just a temple, it was a healing chamber, a place where sound, vibration, and geometry were used to realign the human body and spirit. But that was just the beginning, because right behind Pre-Kan is something even stranger. A man-made lake called Jayatataka Berde, built over 800 years ago by King Jay. And in the center of the lake sits a temple known as Nikpin. Now this is where the mystery deepens. Nikpin isn't just a shrine, it's a replica of the mythical Himalayan lake Anavatepta, set in ancient texts to heal all illnesses. And it's not metaphorical. There are 4 pools surrounding the center tower, each one aligned with one of the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and wind. People came here to bathe, meditate, and rebalance their eternal energy. When you connect the dots, sound frequencies from Pre-Kan, the elemental healing waters from Nikpin, the layout of these temples aligned with cosmic geometry, you start to see this wasn't just architecture. There was an ancient operating system for healing the body, mind, and soul.
Ella quiere ra, ra, ra. Ella quiere ra, 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 ra. Ella quiere ra, ra, ra. Ella quiere ra, 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 ra. Ella quiere ra, ra, ra. Ella quiere que le den por detrás. Ella quiere ra, ra, ra. Ella quiere que le den por detrás. Tú eres bellaquita, tú eres mi gatita. Cuando he mirado un gordito que pelea, te lo hago suavecito.
Nah, white bro busted wide open mid-air.
I thought your name was, you know, I've been doing better, but I've been sent down here because I do have information of the meat you guys are using. And if you're the supervisor, I'm sure you're probably already aware of this situation.
He thinks that he's got a...
I have proof of this right now, sir. I was sent down here and they gave me 2 of these. One we're keeping, one for evidence. So we know for a fact you guys are getting the meats from the kill shelter.
No, we're not, sir. No, we're not.
This is dog meat, sir.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, sir.
Nothing from Hormel. It's not dog meat.
Well, are you under an NDA that you cannot speak about the dog meat being used, sir?
18 to 16, go ahead and call law enforcement.
Oh, don't be snitching, sir.
I got a job to do, sir.
I got a better job to do. I'm investigating here.
No, you have no authority.
I'm the authority figure, sir.
No, you're not.
I am the authority figure. Look at me. I'm tall.
You know what?
I'm wise.
I
I'm
don't
cool.
give a shit what you are.
No, you do.
You are on Hormel.
Now, we already talked about the Minnesota Vikings.
Their fans already saying, we're out. We're actually canceling our season tickets because you guys actually have a couple of males on the cheerleading squad. This doesn't make any sense, man. And then we find out there's actually like 12 teams with at least one male on the team. Folks, cheerleading in the NFL is for women.
Hello. The little hello was to save herself.
That cloud up there just grew. I have that in a bucket of water. This is what the whole Wilhelm Reich thing was about. Why he had that attached to water. Okay? Good cameraman, stays on. Okay? I have 6 crystals here. That's not going to be in water now. I'm going to put this on a hyperlapse after. You can see for yourself. It's not going to go in there. That's pointed right at that cloud, right? And I'm grounding this pipe off in the ground. I'm going to put a hyperlapse on there. You're going to watch that cloud disappear. Okay? Okay.
Tell me what time it is.
It's 7:45.
You said it. What time is it?
Oh, wait a minute. It's 9. About to be 9:30. No, that's 30:37. It's 9:38.
It's 9:38. What time that say?
Hey, no, hold on. How you gonna get it?
Hold on.
6:04.
You said say what?
6:03.
What time is it, man?
Nah, I don't know. I really don't.
You don't know what time that say?
Nah, I don't.
You know what time this says?
It says like 6 something.
You said 6 something?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, 9:35.
This is 9:35?
Yep. 9:35.
All right. All right. But how you come up with 9:35?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Can you please just stay home next time? Please just stay home. If you're 25 and you're thinking about coming to Disneyland, don't. Folks, it is after dark, and that means I can say what I want to say. Disney adults are genuinely weird. I'm talking about you guys. There's no kids on this cruise. Why are you here? This isn't on the script. This isn't part of the bit. I genuinely think you guys are weird for being on this cruise. At least when kids are riding, they laugh. You guys just sit there on your phone, know that you paid $500 to be here today. And you don't even have a good excuse for doing it because you're all at least 20. What the hell is that? Go to a club, go to a party, or stay inside. Don't bring the vibe down on my cruise. It's weird. Mickey Mouse isn't your friend. Trust me, I know. He's my boss. He bleeds me like a vampire. The magic of this place should have worn off for you guys when you reached the age of 12. And now I just got to deal with your goofy asses ruining of engaging with the act.
Black clothing matters, and when to wear it, black clothes act like an energy sponge. They absorb whatever's around them, good or bad. That's why you shouldn't wear black to places like hospitals, busy train stations, any crowded, chaotic spot. These places often carry heavy or negative vibes, and black will soak it right up. but wear black when you enter high. Energy spaces like upscale parties, power dinners, rooms full of successful, high energy people. Here, black helps you absorb that positive, ambitious energy. Headed to the bank, black can literally help attract wealth. Bottom line, wear black strategically. Choose it for high energy settings. Skip it in low energy zones.
All right, guys, check this out. Crazy looking bull snake right here. And as you can see, the hissing that he's doing is from a modified epiglottis. When they push air through, it causes that hissing sound.
And my pet snake said, this is AI.
Beautiful. Look at this. There's the, you know, when you, there's the big toe and the other 4 toes down to the small toe, down to the heel. What's fascinating about this is anybody that does a study of this will notice this piece sticking out here. It's like when you put your foot in mud and you pull it out, your toes will lift up a little mud where your toes were, and it's exactly what seems to have happened here. This rough granite is just pulled up. This overhang here, it's spectacular. And I see that people have been visiting here because they've been leaving little coins here. This is wonderful. Maybe just come closer and show.
Georgia. What's up, honey?
Hey.
How's the meat? Carne asada. Num num nums.
What are you doing?
Putting lime on the meat.
You're just wasting limes. You're supposed to put the limes on your finished tacos.
I'm pretty sure I've seen El Pollo Loco commercials where they're using lime on the meat while it's on the grill.
Why would you squeeze limes on a hot grill? It just evaporates.
Okay, so it's just a myth, huh? It's Mexican folklore that you use lime on carne asada while it's on the grill? That's not a thing?
No, that's not a thing.
They literally have lime on the packaging.
And is the meat on a grill?
It's not it is cooked already, but they're bad. Fine. I'm putting lime on my part of the meat, and yours won't have any lime. You'll just have bland carne asada.
I will add the lime to my finished tacos.
Well, fine. Do it however you want. I'm gonna watch baseball.
She belongs to the cloud.
What if I told you that a so-called ordinary woman channeled a voice that didn't just predict the future, but spoke fluent ancient Greek she'd never studied, revealed classified CIA operations years before they became public? And every word was documented, tested, and never once proven false. That's exactly what happened in the 1960s. Jane Roberts, a complete skeptic, began channeling a presence called Seth. In front of experts, Seth delivered impossible predictions that later came true, and revealed details Jane couldn't have possibly known. For 2 decades, Seth diagnosed illnesses doctors missed, predicted earthquakes to the day, and described classified CIA operations word for word, operations that weren't declassified until 2001. Then, the CIA created an entire file. Not because they believed in channeling, but because this entity Seth kept revealing things that were supposed to be secret. But why does this matter to you? Because Seth didn't just shatter science, he shattered the most basic truths about existence. Everything you experience, God, your soul, time, and reality itself, isn't happening out there. It's being created from within you, moment by moment, shaped entirely by your beliefs, expectations, and focus. And Seth taught that your reality isn't fixed. It's a living story you can rewrite. Even the limits you think are just life, like fear, struggle, aging, and fate, are only there because you believe they have to be. The second you change your beliefs, reality bends with you. It's a proven fact. That's why Seth left behind a forbidden manual, a set of step-by-step instructions to manipulate reality itself. When people used them, their lives transformed. The impossible became possible. And if you still think this is just another channeling story, here's proof. In 1970, a Yale psychologist tried to expose Jane. But after 4 hours, he left her apartment in shock because Seth had just recited his dead mother's last words in Russian, a language Jane couldn't speak. And this happened again and again. So here's the thing. The world you experience tomorrow depends on what you choose to believe tonight. And once you see what Seth really taught, you can't unsee it. You're either going to keep living in a fake script or finally wake up and see you're the author. All I know is, if you ignore what comes next, you risk spending your whole life in someone else's story. But if you pay attention, reality itself will start answering to you, bending to your will. The shattering truth. Let's cut through the noise. The life you're living is a projection. The room you're in, the body you inhabit, the money in your bank account, it's all a movie being beamed from the most powerful device in the universe, your consciousness. For decades, the Seth material has been a quiet revolution, a forbidden blueprint for those who knew where to look. It reveals that you are not a victim of circumstance. You are not a cog in a machine. You are the architect of reality itself. The entity known as Seth, an energetic essence existing beyond our physical dimensions, delivered one core, uncompromising truth that shatters the very foundation of our world. You create your own reality. There are no exceptions. This is not a feel-good platitude. It's the literal physics of existence. You've been sold a grand lie, the greatest deception in human history, that the physical world is primary and that your mind is just a byproduct of your brain. That matter creates consciousness. The truth is the exact opposite. Consciousness creates matter. You don't have thoughts because you have a brain. You have a brain because consciousness chose to manifest one as a tool to experience this physical dimension. Think of a high-definition projector. Your deep, core beliefs are the slides, and the physical world is the image cast upon the screen. If you don't like the image, if you see struggle, lack, or pain, it is an act of utter futility to run up to the screen and try to paint over it. You will exhaust yourself fighting a ghost.
And that's a wrap for today, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.